from about 1775 until his death on August 9th, 1807. Chickamauga Cherokee Chief Doublehead controlled the Muscle Shoals of the Tennessee River. Two major Indian trails, Sipsey Trail and East-West Trail, intersected in the vicinity of present-day Rogersville. In the early 1780s, members of the McCutcheon family widened a portion of the Sipsey Trail for use as a wagon road, which led from present-day Spring Hill, Tennessee, via Pulaski and Minor Hill, Tennessee, to the Tennessee River south of present-day Rogersville. So in 1809, U.S. Army Colonel Return J. Meigs enumerated 30 Cherokee Indians and 6 white settlers living in the Indian village at this location. John Lamb, a Scots-Irish Cherokee, relocated from Indian Creek in Giles County, Tennessee, in around 1809, established a ferry south of here where the Sipsey Trail crossed the Tennessee River. And after Lamb started operating the ferry, the trail north of the river became known as Lamb's Ferry Rail, or Lamb's Ferry Road. And for over 100 years, Lamb's Ferry was one of the major crossings on the Tennessee River, becoming a thriving enterprise used by travelers and was an important river port to trade goods. And trade goods were brought in by flatboats and keelboats and loaded onto wagons for distribution. Beginning in 1818, many white settlers used the ferry when converging on the area after purchasing large tracts of fertile land at the federal land sales. So Lamb's Ferry Road, a very historic road right here in Rogersville. Let's go. P9 here, coming at you guys with another vlog, and I'm here in the small town of Rogersville, Alabama, not far from Florence, in the far northwestern corner of the state. So this is going to be a pretty dope vlog in another small town. So let's get into it, shall we? Rogersville is a town located in Lauderdale County, Alabama, in the far northwestern corner of the state. And as of the most recent population, as far as the census, is 1,286 residents. So a little under 1,300 residents call Rogersville home. And Rogersville is roughly 2.5 miles from Joe Wheeler State Park, a really scenic park right here in Alabama that I will do a vlog in the future. But right now, I'm on Lee Street here in downtown Rogersville. And Rogersville was incorporated back in 1858. And it was originally known as Rogersville with a D. And the town took its name from Andrew and Patience Rogers of South Carolina, who moved to this area and purchased 80 acres of public land in an auction in Huntsville. But the land eventually evolved into the downtown business district, which we are at right now. Right here on Lee Street. There's an antique shop right across the street, Stevens Antique Mall. And you have Barnett Drug Store right there. And there goes First Baptist Church. So you do have a Baptist church right here, downtown. And downtown Huntsville is a block away from Highway 72, which is a major corridor that runs through Rogersville. They have a health clinic right there, B&B Health Services. So we're approaching the area of downtown where all the shops are. A lot of the mom and pop spots and everything like that. And check this out. It's like a barber shop. Got a nice painting right here. It says, "Welcome to rock and roll." Has the Ford right there. And it's also some type of old school, I guess, washing machine or I can't tell what that is. But it looks like one of those antiques. It's a clothing shop right here. His and hers consignments. Taste of Maine. I ate a Maine blank at the Taste of Maine in Rogersville, Alabama. Okay, so they got the little cutout. You can put your head right there, put your face. Makes for a pretty good photo op, I guess. But they have a seafood restaurant right here, Lobster Shack, right downtown, Rogersville. They also have the Lee Street Cafe right here. It has the little rooster at the top. So you have a cafe. Small town cafe. Then a couple more shops across the street. You have the local Mallard and an antique mall, Jan's Antique Mall to be exact. So a couple little shops down here, Village Interiors. Lemon Tree. Lauderdale County School Bus. Let me cross over here real quick. Here's this nice mural. Welcome to Rogersville, gateway to the Shoals. So by the Shoals, they mean the Florence, Muscle Shoals, and Sheffield area. Collectively, those towns are known as the Shoals. So right up here in the Tennessee River Valley. This is what this illustrates. Again, it says, "Welcome to Rogersville, gateway to the Shoals." They have an illustration also of this canoe. It says Joe Wheeler State Park. Again, a major attraction in the Shoals area of Alabama. Joe Wheeler State Park, where I plan on doing a future vlog. So it's a realty spot right here. As we come up on the town hall. This is Rogersville's town hall right here. It's a relatively modern structure. Y'all excuse the sun. That sun is glaring, but this is town hall, Rogersville. So town hall, of course, is where the municipal services are located. Things like the local police department, local water department, fire and rescue, things like that. And this right here is just some information about this road being a major stop during the Civil War, Lamb's Ferry Road. This is where a bunch of supplies and things of that nature were shipped, you know, from the Tennessee River and through Lamb's Ferry Road, what you see right here today. So both sides of the war, both armies, the Confederate and Union Army, used this road to ship supplies for their skirmishes. You had George Nixon, who was the commander of the 20th Cavalry. And this is where the headquarters were, where everything went down. So you guys can freeze frame this if you would like to read more up on it. But they did operate ferries from the Tennessee River nearby, and a lot of the supplies were shipped down this way. But this is Wheeler Street, where I'm at right now, the corner of Wheeler and Highway 72. So this is where Highway 72 passes through the town. So it's only a block away from downtown at the intersection of Wheeler Street and Highway 72. So Highway 72 continues westbound to Florence, which is Florence is the major city here in Lauderdale County. I believe it's also the seat of Lauderdale County. But if you go eastbound, you'll be heading towards Athens and eventually to Huntsville. So basically, Rogersville is a straight shot from Huntsville and Athens, Alabama. And right here on the main drag, you're gonna see a lot of the commercial gas stations, and you know, they have a Rogersville Tire right here, Hardee's, a few restaurants. So there's a few little restaurants right on this main drag. Of course, Mickey D's. But yep, this is pretty cool, huh? Alabama Highway 207, 35-mile speed limit. Right on over here on historic Lamb's Ferry Road, modern day Wheeler Street, right here in downtown Rogersville. Over here across from Citizens Bank and Trust, right here in downtown Rogersville. Over here at this really beautiful park. It's called Heritage Park. And they have this marker right here, historical marker, kind of gives you a little background of Heritage Park. So before we proceed, so basically this was a trading center for Native Americans and non-natives. And this was basically back in the day, just a bunch of wilderness, a bunch of animals and whatnot, but it was a trading center as well. And it was the village at the time was known as Rogersville. Again, that's with the D. It's without a D today in the modern era. But this is Eastern Lauderdale County, and you know, you had a bunch of federal land that was being sold in Huntsville during the spring of 1818. I mentioned that earlier in the vlog. And it was at this site where a bunch of different thoroughfares eventually intersected. But it once was an old Indian trail that led from Florence to present day Huntsville, and it passed through Rogersville. That eventually became US Highway 72. So this is Heritage Park right here. It's a little bit more info right here. You know, just basically talking about how the town how the early stages, the origins, and how it developed over time. Eventually got cemeteries, merchandise stores, blacksmiths, shops, all that type of stuff. And eventually the post office dropped the D to formulate Rogersville. And 2008 was the 150th year anniversary of Rogersville becoming incorporated as a town. And this is right here, Heritage Park. You see the really nice fountain right here in the square foundation. You see the rocks right there. And they also have the 10 Commandments right here from the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verses 3 through 17. I'm pretty sure a majority of you guys are familiar with the 10 Commandments, especially my Christians out there. Absolutely. It's really nice that they have this 10 Commandments marker right there, or should I say sculpture. And let me give credit. This was donated by Henry L. and Helen Henderson back in April of 2002. Shout out to the Hendersons for that nice donation, erecting that nice stone of the 10 Commandments. And you have these nice trees planted right here. Nice spot of flowers. Now this was donated to this stage by the Rogersville Civitan Club, donated to Heritage Park for the enjoyment of the Rogersville community, June 2008. So there's one more thing I wanted to get over here as well. So they pay homage to the veterans of the foreign wars. Memorial Post 5846, 90th anniversary from 1899 to 1989. So you know they're going to give a shout out to the vets. It's really dope. Really nice looking park, nice small town park. Of course, you have this area right here. It's gazebo, or pavilion, I should say. It's really nice. Plenty of shade, of course. And they also have a recycle bin right here. So they recycle right here in Rogersville. Very nice. Got the American flag. And this flag honors James O'Neill Cuck Embry Sr., who was a fire chief of the Rogersville Volunteer Fire Department and a U.S. Air Force veteran from October 19th, 1950 to November 18th, 1953. Was a town council member and a great community leader. So shout out to James Embry Sr. And this stone was presented by the Rogersville Fire Department, November 11th, 2004. Really nice way of honoring the former fire chief and town council member with this really nice flag. And that's really nice too. That little mini bridge over the rocks. That's really nice. And happy birthday to America, 250 years. Southern Reflections building. Huh. Citizens Trust Bank over here. So really nice views of the town of Rogersville. You have a church, another church over there called Church of Christian Mission. So that pretty much does it. Just wanted to get downtown Rogersville. Really nice, quaint location. Again, the gateway to the Shoals. That in mind, good people, thanks again for tuning in to this vlog. And if you made it this far, make sure you tap that like button. Also, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button along with the notification bell. And once you hit the bell, make sure you select all. That way you get notified each and every time I drop a new vlog. With that in mind, good people, from Rogersville, Alabama, this is P9 signing off. Peace.